first things that's important to do here is to find the difference between RC or radio controlled, like the one you have here, and an actual drone. So the computer software that's on a drone that operates it, what they were talking about doing is actually making it smart enough through global positioning to know where it's at. So if it's going to enter a no-fly zone or a restricted airspace or something like that, it's able to stop it. And the operator, which 99% of the time isn't really trying to do anything nefarious, it's just, these things tend to happen, is able to know, and it prevents these type of things from the future. Now, as far as the comment, multiplayer online games, of which World of Warcraft and games like Final Fantasy and a number of others are part, do require a lot of computing power. In fact, gaming computers are sometimes a lot more powerful than the ones you would use in an office for your normal business. So I don't know about it in launches. In fact, I was just able to talk to someone at Microsoft about that this morning. And they sent me a copy of some of the early promotional information to see what this actually is. And Google Glass is a heads-up display unit. Does a number of things that are really cool. But the HoloLens is actually very different. It is a visor that you wear. So from that standpoint, there are similarities. But according to the promotional videos that they sent me, you actually are working and interacting in a 3D environment.
Wow.
And for any of our viewers that have seen things like the Iron Man movie, it is kind of like that. And it's something that's going to be supported by Windows 10. Microsoft's saying that this is one of their new features to warrant upgrading the operating system. We won't talk about that other one, but the Windows 10 environment is going to support this. And you put it on, and the demonstration that they had was a team working on designing a motorcycle. So they had this motorcycle in a 3D image created through a 3D program, and they were actually able to modify it just with hand motions and these type of things and create a design in their actual 3D environment. One of the other things that's very interesting about it is it looks like there's a very good chance of longer screen. All right, so bigger screen sizes, that was the main announcement. We aren't necessarily going to see the different kind of glass. What about the fingerprint readers? They were talking about that through the glass.
The fingerprint readers are pretty much the same as they were in the iPhone 5S.
The Apple Watch, which is coming out, so we'll see what that's going to be all about. It's been interesting this year on the wearables. The Consumer Electronics Show called 2014 the year of the wearables, but it hasn't been anywhere near as hot as they thought it would be. And I know we're here. Google Glass is still not in mainstream production. That was going to be for the holidays last year. Now it might be for the holidays this year. We'll see what ends up happening. I know Samsung, you have the iPad. We had tablets for many years. Nobody used them. And then as soon as there was a business model that came out that seemed to support it in a way that people could, I could see this working in with what I'm doing, they became very popular. And then, of course, we have the Android tablets and everything else that's out now. There's a third competitor there that's I don't even know what the name of the company is anymore. They make something called a Surface.
The Microsoft?
Microsoft, yes. And but there is a lot of